Hey, this is John Bollinger with Premier Guitar. I'm with Anders Osborne in Nashville, Tennessee at the City Winery. Man, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, John, for having me.
Man, I'm a huge fan. I love particularly your slide playing. Could we start discussing just what you're using on slides?
Okay, this is, who was this made by? You know, the mountain slides or something?
I think so, that sounds right.
They do their ceramic stuff. I think that's who it is out
Mountain slides?
I think they're out of Colorado Springs.
Oh.
There's one guy who does, and he does, like usually I have the Italian wine bottle, like dark kind of glass, which is a warm tone to it, but I don't drink anymore, so it's hard to come by. But, so this guy made some, you know, my measurements and all that stuff. Now we have to put a little duct tape in because I shrunk. So that's what that is. And
and you always use it on your pinky, right?
yeah, on the pinky, and that way it gives me a little more, because I'm not like, I don't think I'm really that versatile on slide, but I use it as a tool in my normal playing. So what I've managed to do is to handicap my playing to 3 fingers, slow me down even more, and then I put it on pinky, which is a really bad finger. So now I got 2 styles that suck. And together they make an average player.
Well, I mean, I love that that modesty, but no, man, I love it. Love your playing. Love how melodic you are, and that's a great way to do it. And then the tone is awesome. So ceramic slides, and is that primarily what you're playing? Those?
This is the guy. Like I said, there is an Italian wine bottle, and I've tried them all.
Yeah.
And there's something about it. I don't know what kind of glass they use and what they do, but it's just the creamiest tone.
Huh.
So you cut it off. Usually I would cut it myself.
Oh, you do it? You make them yourself?
Yeah, and then you take water and sandpaper and you smooth out the edges.
Yeah.
But they break, you know?
Yeah.
So this guy's been with me now for probably 6 months and is doing great.
Oh, great.
I don't have a backup, so we should probably call the guy.
Yeah. Yeah, because tonight's the night when it's going to fall off your amp and break.
It's
Right.
gonna be like, so yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's been working great lately.
Yeah, well, it sounds great.
And the duct tape, usually the measurement has been like, if you can hold it without it falling off, but it's not, you know, tight.
Yeah.
That's usually. Because what happens is that you start sweating and you make you do a little move, boom,
Right.
and it flies off, right?
Yeah.
So you got to have a little, yeah. That's what I'm doing.
Very cool. Very cool. Now, this is the guitar most people know you for. It's 68, right? 68 body?
The body, as you can see, it's coming through some of the original paint. Right?
Wow, what was the original?
I don't know if it's like some sort of sunburst.
Yeah, because I see red some places.
Yeah,
And
I see red and I see yellow. So I'm thinking it was some sort of sunburst. You see what I'm saying?
So did you get this in New Orleans back in the day?
Yeah, 1985 or 86, somewhere in there. There's a little store called Rock and Roll Music, and it was like an old camper or a trailer home.
Huh.
And it was turned into, used to be a motorcycle store, and then it turned into my friend John Otam. And it was hanging there, and it was just like this. The only thing was the pickup was, you know, the original stuff. And it was $170.
Wow, you got your money's worth.
And I didn't know what it was. I thought it was, because it was hand painted black. It was totally,
Yeah.
You know, and so I thought, I saw the bird's eye maple, and then I found out this guy told me this is rare African ebony. I'm like, it's got to be a hybrid of some sort.
Yeah.
Then I had an expert look at it and said, this is a 68.
Wow.
And which freaked me out. Now I'm still curious about that neck because I don't see them doing this in 68. But what do you think?
Want me to interject on that?
Yeah. Hey, this is actually
That's
Tech.
The tech.
Yeah, Phil.
You should be doing this.
Yeah.
With this neck, here's the weird thing. Bought it in, what, 85, right?
Bought it in 85.
Bought it in 85. Well, this is a 22 fret neck. Fender USA didn't start making 22 fret necks until about 1988 or 89 when the American Standard Series came out. Not to mention you've got 70s style font on a 60 size headstock, rosewood slab board, and then also this very pretty bird's eye maple.
Is that rosewood or is it
happening back
ebony?
here.
Oh, I thought it was.
Or actually, I'm sorry, ebony.
African
yeah,
ebony,
it's
yeah.
ebony. So I did a little research, and the only thing that I could figure is this was an employee neck from Fender Japan.
Oh.
That's the only thing that makes any sense, because in 1985, nobody was making fake Fender necks to try to pass off as vintage guitars.
Right.
Because in the 80s, you could buy a 68 for $180 or
Yeah,
whatever it was.
yes,
Nobody cared. So that's the only thing that I've been able to find that makes any sense at all to explain how this neck exists in the form that it does, because the extra fret didn't exist. You know, an ebony board on a Fender
Very
guitar.
rare African
Right.
You know, so everything about it is just very much an anomaly. But yeah, that's the only thing I've ever been able to find, is that Fender Japan was happening at that time, and somebody
Perfect.
must have had a crazy idea that, hey, well, I'm gonna build this for myself, and this is what I want, because it doesn't make any sense any other way. But I mean,
can
yeah,
tell.
it's just so.
It's very unique. You can feel it too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man, like an old friend. That's great. Well, meant to be. You were meant to have that guitar.
It is.
Yeah.
So then I put first a black pickup from Seymour Duncan called Hot Rails. You know, that was what lived here for probably 15 plus years, and then about 10 plus years ago, we put in this type of guy. Is it?
It's the Little Screaming Demon.
Yeah.
Okay.
George Lynch
Okay.
of all things. Straight
So if you hear too, Strat. That's a lot of the sound is that I used as metal, a small humbucker thing, right?
Oh, very cool.
So it does something to it, yeah.
And these are original. Those.
Yes.
Cool.
And I think they're messed up, as you can hear. They're out of phase. I'm thinking that I'm thinking this humbucker, because of the double coil here, I think it cancels these out. So these will be now both as if that was the middle position. You understand? It's out of phase.
Okay.
I think it's out of phase.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
So there's actually no real sound for this. If I put a 5 switch, I could probably get it to happen.
Right. Okay, that makes
Oh.
sense.
So it's a messed up, and these are frozen. You can't really open these up. So.
Perfect.
So that's the deal with the age and the numbers and all that stuff.
So yeah, what an amazing story.
Thank you. So the other thing about this guitar as well is, so at that time, see if I get my timing right. Yeah, so I had a ticket to Quito, Ecuador, and I was gonna, because I used to like to travel a lot and try to find myself. I didn't realize that I was right here. So what happened was, I walked in and I saw this, and I started jamming on it, and I started making some friends in this little music store where I got it with John and all his employees and the friends that came in. Tommy Ridgely from New Orleans, an old R&B singer, just, it was great stuff. Snooks Eaglin and all those people would be in there. And what happened was, I said, well, I really like this. Maybe I should stop traveling, and maybe I should start playing music for a living. So at the time, how old would I be? Like 19 at the time, right? So I'm thinking, can I do this? Would this be something I could do, play music for a living? In this process, in order to buy this one, I could scramble that up. But the guy that owned the store said, what you really need, that's an old junk guitar. What you really need is this 62 reissue Fender Stratocaster. They just start making it. It's an amazing guitar. Now this is $700, $690 plus tax. I go, cannot do that.
Yeah.
I don't have a job or nothing. You know, I'm playing on the streets with my little dobro. And then it dawned on me, if I sell back the ticket to Quito, stop traveling, buy these 2 guitars, this should be my job. So that's what I did.
Huh.
So I never went to Quito. I want to go to Quito. If anybody has a ticket,
Yeah, book this man.
book this man a gig in Quito. So yeah, this was kind of the reason why I stopped traveling and started playing music for a
Oh
while.
man, it's your Excalibur. It's
That's it. That's it.